Hargrave grew up as an outdoorsman in Southern California. With a house on the lake, Hal rode jet skis or did flips while wakeboarding whenever he had time away from his daily workouts.
He was a true gym rat. Here at the club, he worked out probably 5 days a week.
Hal played 4 years of high school football and baseball and could bench press more than 300 pounds.
His dream was to go on to college and play some college ball at Long Beach State.
But life as Hal knew it changed just 2 weeks after graduating from high school. Hal was working for his dad, driving a 24-foot snake bed truck, and was delivering handicap-accessible equipment.
Normal Thursday of work.
Hal approached a tire tread in the road and quickly tried to veer around it. The 24-foot truck then began rolling. The truck rolled 4 times, leaving Hal lying in a pool of blood with a broken spinal cord. It was 40 minutes before Hal was airlifted to a hospital.
They told me, I was going to be confined to my wheelchair and didn't have much hope for being independent again, and that I'd have to be dependent upon, my parents and a caregiver for the rest of my life. Immediately
following the accident, Hal had no movement in his body from the neck down. With the damage to his spine, Hal would remain paralyzed with only a 1 to 3% chance of ever walking again.
Now I live my life knowing I have at least 3%, and you throw that 97% out the window and you don't worry about it. 3% is all the hope in the world that you need.
Following the accident, Hal's dreams and work ethic didn't let up. He went to school full-time and worked out with daily exercise using his same membership at the Claremont Club. Hal's life changed again when another disabled client informed him that he would not be returning.
He says, well, why? You got to be in here. You're getting better. And he says, well, it's about putting food on the table and taking care of my kid, and I can't afford to do it.
To go home and affording medical supplies, affording to adapt their cars and their houses, and that's where I had this idea with my parents that, we need to start giving back in the way that, people gave back all that love and support to me.
Hal then got the idea to create the Be Perfect Foundation, a group that would work towards higher goals and help other people in his condition.
Be Perfect was a motto I lived by as a kid, and this motto kind of pertained to my life in the way that I would give everything I had no matter what I was doing, and whether that be sports or in the gym or relationships or friendships or with my family, just anything I did in life, I gave it my all.
Mike Alpert, the CEO of the Claremont Club, took note of the work Hal was doing.
I decided that I would convert a racquetball court and use part of it for a spinal cord injury area.
Be Perfect began fundraising to help people with spinal injuries to never give up, and disabled training began growing at the Claremont Club, with more than 50 clients receiving ongoing therapy.
A lot of these insurance companies aren't helping pay for these, simple necessities to live with the spinal cord injury, and it leaves people without catheters and stuff that you would need on an everyday life.
With the money raised by Be Perfect and the Hargrave family, along with money from the shareholders of the Claremont Club, nearly $1 million has now been raised and set aside for the construction of a new building.
We'll be able to expand the number of clients that we take with spinal cord injury, but we'll also be able to treat people that are struggling with obesity, diabetes, stroke recovery, cardiac rehab, arthritis, and geriatrics.
Employees at the Claremont Club see Hal on a daily basis and are amazed with his continuing drive and his work ethic.
I've learned a lot from him in respect to my own life. As someone that's young, that has enough foresight to see how he can help others.
You always knew he was going to go somewhere. He's always got the smile on his face, always happy about something, and you could just see, whether it be baseball or business, the guy was going to do something great, and he hasn't disappointed us at all.
He just has the greatest perseverance of any person I've ever met.
Since the accident and the daily workouts, in spite of the doctor's diagnosis, Hal has regained dramatic movement in his upper body and is also developing feeling and motion in his lower body.
A lot's changing and continuing to change, and things are changing that people said they never would.
In Hal's continuing battle to raise money for victims of spinal cord injuries, Hal has now produced a movie about the struggles of disabled people who suffered from spinal injury.
We're looking to get it on a national level. It'll be telling stories about, the people that the foundation has helped, what it's doing, what its plans are for the future.
Hal continues with school, daily therapy, and building his Be Perfect foundation. Spinal cord injured patients now have exercise-based therapy programs and are helping with medical supplies and therapy for the disabled.
I know he goes to therapy thinking, today I'm going to get better, today I'm going to get better, today I'm going to push myself harder than I did yesterday.
Be able to help people every day and see the smiles on their faces and the joy in their life.
He really doesn't have that disability because he continues to do many things that the average person probably wouldn't do.
Just anything I did in life, I gave it my all, and that was my motto of being perfect.